Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Monday, December 8th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the senior minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, he's my husband, you know, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 11,000 stories and 11 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. From the 1970s to today, FLGBTQC's role in transforming Quaker equality. Friends for Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Queer Concerns is a North American Quaker faith community founded in the early 1970s. Rooted in the Quaker belief in the inner light, the presence of God in every person, FLGBTQC champions radical inclusion and spiritual affirmation for LGBTQ individuals. The organization serves as a vital oasis, providing a space for worship, discernment, and healing for those who often are marginalized by the wider world. FLGBTQC's work involves gathering twice yearly, sharing resources, and compiling marriage minutes for meetings that affirm same-sex unions. By consistently speaking truth to power and witnessing to the spiritual wholeness of LGBTQ friends, the group has been instrumental in shaping the wider religious society of friends towards greater equality and justice. And I appreciate this group that meet twice a year. And I just kind of imagine an intense meeting to then go back and look at the minutes of other groups that have affirmed marriage equality along the other things around LGBT community. A group that's been around since 1970, 3 years after I was born. And that's quite some time to be at this dedicated work that they've been doing. So I have nothing but kudos for this group, for the work that they're doing based in the Christian Quaker equality group, to really look at things, I think, probably systematically, theologically, but also how it benefits the LGBT community as a whole, to share light from a different perspective, how we can find wholeness around the table and also bring together a spiritual community that says you're still loved just as you are.
Mm-hmm. You know, it was the Quakers, they were way ahead of everyone else. I think this was in the 70s. It probably came out of the work of this group, or certainly around the same time, that compared homosexuality to left-handedness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was their theological work, that gay people are like left-handed people versus right-handed people and straight people. Most people are straight, most people are right-handed, but a significant number of people are not straight and are left-handed. And no one knows why any of that is the way it is. But whichever way it is, it's natural and is not innately immoral just for being what it is. And so which I thought was a brilliant comparison. And they came up with that, y'all, 50 years ago, right? And people used to be mean to left-handed people also. My grandfather never had legible handwriting because the nuns made him write with his right hand. He was left-handed. And so he couldn't write with his left hand because he never learned how. But his right hand never learned to be smooth or pretty or natural because he's left-handed. So his handwriting always was abysmal. You couldn't read it because he was naturally something else. And they tried to make him be something else. And it was never pretty. It was never right. It was never, natural. It was never good. And so we got over that. Like, that's so silly that left-handed people are bad. That's so silly. And the Quakers were like, same thing, exact same thing. Mm-hmm. Yes, they're different than a lot of people. There's still a lot of them, and it's just the way they got here, and it's just part of divine diversity, and there's nothing wrong with it. They led the way with that. Of course, Metropolitan Community Churches and the Unitarian Universalists, and then other progressive Protestants, came on board little by little by little. UCC and the Episcopalians. Although the Episcopalians weren't very united in the beginning about it, but anyway, it's just gotten better and better and better. But the Quakers, from the start of all this, were saying, Some of us are one way. It's okay. It's all God. That of God is in these people as much. And so I think a lot of people now have that understanding without knowing that some people, when it was way against the grain to do so, was already doing that, giving us that model and that example and that verbiage. So I have a really warm place in my heart for Quakers, and they've influenced a lot of what we do. We're not as quiet as they are, but we share a lot of their thinking, I think.
And I think there's a lot of beauty in a faith community that can come out and say that kind of thing, coming out, that they're willing to look beyond what the greater society is saying and saying, you know what, this just doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you consider left-handed people, if you consider homosexuality as just an innate part of a person, why not accept that and love that person for exactly who they are?
Jeepers. Y'all just sent me down a rabbit hole.
I saw you with your left hand taking lots of notes.
I am left-handed. And the interesting thing, real quick conversation on that, going to school, I was born in 1955, so long time before some of the folk at this table.
All of the folk at this table.
God bless them all. Y'all got to forgive me. But one of my teachers wanted to change me from left-handedness to right-handed, and my mother said, hell no. Hell no. And that was the first time she advocated for me. So when I came out as her left-handed gay son, she really had to tell the world, just step back, that's my boy.
Yeah.
So to have organizations, and I never realized how much the Quakers embraced people as they are. They didn't try to make people into something that they're not. And to have organizations that have twice yearly meetings about marriage, and I'd love to see some of the minutes because I'm sure that they are amazing. But to know that there are religious groups that are out there that have been out there since forever, it makes me feel good to know that there is still hope in this world for the rest of the folk who still, in my opinion, have not found their way.
Quakers have had women in leadership almost forever. They were abolitionists. They're pacifists, always have been. And, you know, among the first to advocate for LGBTQ people. They really believe in this kingdom of God message and this, you know, this peace on earth, goodwill toward all. They took it seriously. And we got a lot to learn.
Yeah, we sure do.
All of us from that witness. And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check out our Performing Arts series. Here is a taste of what's coming up in December at the Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts.
On December the 6th, have I ever sounded more Arkansan? December. Anyway, on December the 6th, the Sunshine Cathedral Music Ministry presents its annual holiday concert. It's free, and it's a wonderful way to kick off the holiday season. So tell your friends about it and save the date, December 6th at 7 p.m. at Sunshine Cathedral.
The very next night, December 7th, brings Matthew Darren's annual Holiday Fantasia, always amazing, and this year it will again be co-hosted by Varla Jean Merman.
Then on Friday, December 12th, the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida will be performing.
And the very next night, December 13th, the Girls Choir of South Florida will be giving their holiday concert. And the night after that, December 14th, it will be Broward Women's Chorale's turn to bring holiday joy in music.
On Friday, December 19th, we'll be charmed by Treble in Paradise. Their concert is titled Treble and Tidings, an a cappella holiday.
And on Saturday, December 20th, Anthony Nuzade will be performing with a community choir.
In addition to these amazing performances, all of which can offer an add-on Cathedral Pub experience for purchase, allow me to invite you to Sunshine Cathedral's Christmas Eve services at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. December 24th.
Please like and share this episode on your social media and look for Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our individual pages on Facebook. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Durrell and I interview queer religious leaders and activists and scholars.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together. And also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.